Hello everyone and welcome. I want to call it TwitchCoders. I feel we're getting a bit of momentum here and this morning I had the idea and we spent the hour this morning working on it, so I'm still quite excited about that. I had some more ideas as well which I want to run past in a minute. But how are you all doing? I hope you had a good day today. I hope if you're in the UK, I hope you're enjoying the weather. The rest of the world has probably got much better weather, so you're enjoying it every day. But yeah, we had some sun today, so that was quite good. Actually went out, got a few rays. Now back in the back cave or command center. I'm still torn on those. Do let me know which one you prefer most. Yaz, thanks for joining as well. Thanks for saying hey. Everyone else, do just say hello and let me know how your day's been. Hopefully it's been good and you're gonna have a relaxing evening. So this morning, just to recap, this morning I've got it on the screen right in front of us. I am looking at different directions because I have readjusted all my windows, and so I'm just getting used to the new layout. And I have ordered the Elgato, so I will be switching more professionally between windows and cameras without looking at all over the place and trying to click on things. So that arrives tomorrow, so I'm quite excited. But don't tell Andrew because he will be jealous. So yes, this morning we thought, how can we? There are quite a few of us that do stream about coding, and I really wanted us to kind of come together, and I think that's why I started TwitchCoders. But how can we also do that more? So as none of us are partnered, we can't create a team and do that. So I thought, why not? We'll use GitHub. We're always on GitHub. So what we did this morning is I created a repo, twitchcoders.github.io. The reason why I gave it that name is it will allow us to use GitHub pages on our domain, which is that domain, which is what you read. Twitchcoders.github.io will be our domain, and we're not there yet. We'll work towards that. And then in that repo at the moment, you'll see that I have just listed the streamers that I know stream about their coding. And if you're not on there and you want to be, please by all means let me know, create an issue, or actually make the change yourself. You're more than welcome to. And just fill in the details appropriately. Also, Venza, if you're watching, let me just check. Venza, I don't have time to get jealous. Hey, Jewel, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for joining. We've got L as well. Quite a few familiar faces or familiar names, which is good. Mum says hi. She's watching too. Hi, Mum. Not my mum. Yaz's mum. Ventura, you don't have time to get jealous. You need to make time to stream. When was your last stream? I think it was like last week. People, we want to see you work on the Angular and Node stuff more. But yeah, so Ventura, if you do want to put a link to this, by all means do make a change and send a PR. And this header at the top is going to change. I think Andrew has just said he's updated the banner, which is awesome. README banner updated. Oh, this is new. This never used to happen at the top, so that's quite good. Okay, it closes 5. So, okay, you've raised a pull request. Let's have a look and have a change. Change the image at the top. Perfect. And you put the HTTPS on. Okay, nice. Let's add review. Awesome. Let's submit that. And then let's merge it in. This is merging into master. Let's do it. Confirm. There's no CI, so it will happen immediately. And I will delete the branch. And if I go back to the beginning, we should see a new banner. TwitchCoders, more generic. You don't want my name on there, so that's fine. So that's really good. I have used my style. I am thinking about releasing my overlay and buttons and all the rest as open source. Other people could use it. So do let me know if you'd want to and if that's useful. If not, I won't bother. I plan to do one this evening once I'm back from the gym, if it doesn't kill me. Well, it's the first time you're going to the gym in a while, I think, right? So you might be a bit dead, but why not share the love and the pain of your gym session while you code? Not too late though. Remember, I need an early night. I need my sleep. So yeah, we added a few people in. Oh, the stickers arrived. So let me show you. Let me grab my laptop. Check it out. We have the Discord one here. And hopefully the camera can focus. The Twitch one there. So if anyone would like any of those stickers, let me know. I only got the sample ones, but if there are more demand, but I probably will anyway, I'll order a bigger pack. So do let me know who's interested, and I will throw. I don't have a GitHub one on here, although I do have a massive kind of GitHub Zelda one there. But let me know, and I will collect up some stickers with some GitHub ones, and I can send them off to people as well. And you have to then take pictures of them on your laptop, stuck on, not just placed on. Not all of them, but just like, you know, one of them or something for fun. So that'd be good. So my yes, oh dear. Thanks, Yaz. I think oh dear to which part? The sticker part? I'm not sure. But my next idea. So we've got this list of streamers, and this list is hopefully going to grow of TwitchCoders streamers, and hopefully this list is going to grow over time. But so my other idea that I'd love to get all of your feedback on was so there are actually I'm trying to build up to it. I'll try and, you know, get my presentation skills improved. So there are meetup events in all the countries around the world. I know we're all from around the world. Yesterday we had people from, you know, Russia, South Africa, the States, UK. I can't remember, all of Macedonia, Sweden. So people from all over the world. I know each country has its own meetups and own conferences. And that's the great thing about this is we're all over the world. We don't have to be in the same time zone. So what I was thinking was, I was thinking I might organize, and be honest with your feedback, is maybe early September organize a TwitchCoders online conference and schedule maybe 8 hours with 15-minute break between each one. So I don't know, of people talking about their technical passion. So you can have people who are interested in automation, in in coding, in diversity and inclusion, in agile. What else have we got? I've met so many people over the years, and some of you I've also met very recently, so I think will be great. Speaking, we've got this modern day who's really into his bots. I don't know if it's specifically for Discord or other bots. So you could do kind of an intro on how to write your own bot and so on. So I was thinking you could do maybe 30-40 minutes, and then that will give kind of 15-20 minutes for Q&A. I think that'd be really, really good. I think it'd be great to get plan it way in ahead, and do a kind of online conference, and people can then kind of tune in, and we'll leave the channel open all day, and I'll organize it that I got kind of the agenda kind of up and in between the holding pages, and kind of tick them off as we go through the list. Yes, do it. Yes, thanks for your support. Anyone else you think good and bad? So okay, if we think that's kind of good, let's log an issue, and then I'm just gonna make some notes with you all now. We can we actually had another ticket raised. So Danielis, thank you very much for raising the issue. Has put 3 more people we can add to the list. So already the list is growing, generally on Monday and Wednesdays and so forth. So does anyone want to add these, or shall I add them? I'm happy to get the open source contributions, but if someone else wants to add them, I'm more than happy to let them. Or you can watch me do it, I don't mind. It will just take a few minutes. So we come back down to this table. They're not in alphabetical order of the table at the moment, but we probably should make it alphabetical, but I'm not going to worry about it just yet. So let's copy that, and then we'll just need another line down here. So if we say that's their Twitch with HTTPS. Some of these usernames are quite hard to pronounce. Okay, I don't know what their focus is, but I'm hoping it's code based. Maybe if we go to their page, we can actually see kind of what they do. They're hosting someone. I don't want to load that. I want to see what this person does. Been programming for nearly 2 decades. Okay, I love programming languages, compilers. Okay, so let's have a look. Let me just copy this. And in Rust, okay, so I'll copy that, and I'll remove some of the terminology in the middle. So in terms of focus, I'm just going to put Rust just to save space. GitHub, I don't know if you had that on there actually. Did anyone see that? Let's have a look. Follow me, watch me, GitHub, here we go. We've got the GitHub one, okay. and then we will add the GitHub. Oops, didn't mean to do that. The usernames don't match. That's one of my things. I like my usernames to match across all my social media. Whereas I know a lot of people change their names. I just find it so much more confusing. And then when, generally on Monday, I'll just put that. Okay. I think that's good. Let's have a quick preview. Oh, there's some chat. Jewel, how do I start the local repo I cloned with ngserve? It just loading, not starting, just a loading animation. Puna here, love the cap. You are great and a natural. Thank you very much. I'm on Windows, by the way. Jewel, it should work on Puna. Thanks for the compliment on the cap. I know you recognize it. Jewel, it's a quick start in the docs on that. So if I go to DashboardHub, thanks for having a look at this, by the way. But if you scroll down, there is quick start. So we use make commands. I've wrapped all the commands in make. So because there are dependencies and other things to bring. Oh, but you're on Windows, you don't have make. Oh, that's an interesting one. I haven't come across that. For quite a few contributions, everyone's been on Mac or Linux. I might have to have a think and get back to you. But another thing that could be done, it's a bit long-winded, it's not so nice, is in the make file, it was make install. So the install local will run API clean, which you won't probably need. Actually, that's probably a bit out of date. I might be able to change that. And API install UI install. So if you run this command and then go to API install and run, you don't need to run that one. Oops. You can run this one, so npm install in the API directory, and then in the UI directory it will be npm install. And then what else was there in the quick start? And then we need make API, so let's have a look, and then make UI. So we've gone back too far. So make API is API run, which is this one, to run serverless offline. And in the UI, you're probably right, you've got that already. So node modules, Angular, CLI, bin, ngserve. It should be fine. Make is not recognized for me. Yeah, I completely forgot. Maybe you need to raise an issue for that. Just to say, look into an alternative quick start for Windows. I didn't think about that, so apologies. But all the commands you need would be in the make file. When I, oh, let me click there. When I, let me get this commit done. Let me know how you get on, and we can always come back to that. Okay, so I've added this. That looks all right. So let's put the next line in. Okay, so the next one is, we've got 3 in total. Okay. So give me some of your ideas and thoughts on the kind of online conference. What do you think? What would you like to see, I suppose, as well? What sort of topics? I'd love to do one on open source, but what sort of area would you like to see? I was thinking getting a couple of juniors that I know that are just started out coding, maybe 1 or 2 years into their coding career, and to encourage more people into coding. I thought you could start off with that, and then could you know, later on throughout the day work into the more technical stuff. Is this person hosting someone? No. Okay, that's quite a good. A front-end developer by trade and open source contributor in my spare time. Okay, we'll just front-end developer. I'll just put that in. Okay, and we'll come back from the GitHub in a second. So focus, we'll put that. Where was the GitHub? It was GitHub then when. So let's put the GitHub one in here. Here we go, GitHub. And put it in here. There is one left. If anyone would like to do it, then do let me know. I'm happy to share the love of open source contributions. There you go, the second one. Okay, third one. Probably should do these alphabetical maybe. Yeah, we'll do it with an Angular project and make it searchable just from like a JSON file maybe. That'd be really easy to do. I could do that in a short stream already. Okay, so then it's focus, we'll come back to that. It's GitHub, we'll come back to that, and then it's the when. Okay, so focus on this person. Infrastructure as code in the home. Okay. Coding to write code regularly. Okay. Coding live. What information can we kind of take from this to put it? I'm just going to write code. I'll let them kind of fill it in. And do they have website GitHub? Here we go. Just grab that from the GitHub. There we go. EV Brink sounds good. A wide variety of topics. Awesome. That sounds good. And if anyone does want to to even do a lightning talk on what they've learned recently, let me know and we can include that. I think it'd be good to kind of mix it up. You might have some talks that go on for maybe 45 minutes, but I think it'd be good to have some like maybe 10-minute lightning ones. And yeah, we'll practice the kind of the switch over and stuff and the technicalities later on. This modern day, you'll look into installing Sigwin. I'm a student at the moment, 2.5 years ago. So 2.5 years ago. So you'll be finishing your studies soon. What was I doing? It was focus, we just said, and the code. And then in here we're going to put their GitHub. EV Brink, I don't know if you've noticed, I have added you to this. I didn't ask your permission, but I hope that's okay. If I put those brackets the wrong way around, haven't I? Square first, and then let's preview these changes. Yes, EV Brink, you're up here. I hope that's okay. I've just added these 3 more down here as well. Let's commit that. Added. Oh, let me put actually the ticket number in. Number 4. So if we go #4. I should read this as a pull request. I'll probably do the next one. But we're kind of all pairing on this, so if I've made any mistakes, I'm sure you would have pointed them out. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, cool. Thank you, EV Brink. So we were saying added. Let's grab those usernames. We added this one, and we added this one. And we added this one. To list of streamers. Too long. Added to streamer list. I can't put list onto streamer to list. Okay, commit. And now we have 3 more people at the bottom. Awesome. So let's go back to what I started off with. Actually, I can close that and just write a message in here and say thank you. Added to the main list in the README. Close and comment. Awesome. So yeah, I'd like to raise an issue for some of the ideas that we can talk about now for the conference. So I don't know, Twitch, we call it TwitchCoders online conference. And I was thinking, again, this is just ideas, just kind of spitballing here some ideas. So I was thinking date, could be, I don't know, September time, end of the summer maybe, give us time to get organized. And I was thinking kind of maybe, a day of it, and maybe we can start like lunchtime UK time to maybe 8 in the evening on a weekend. So that way we try and cover the time zones. I think that would work, because if people are in the States, it would work. And if people are at the Far East, it would still work. It would be late at night, but at least not too late. September weekend, I think a weekend, because people work. Weekend in September. and then maybe we could do it as a table, it might actually look better. Yeah, let me just do date rather than that. And they will be the titles, which is fine. And again, we can improve on this later on. Just so what other items would we need? Topics or subject, I should say, so sub area, and like we said, wide variety. For example, what else have we got? Do we have any examples? People just write in the chat and see what you think. What would you like to see in an online TwitchCoders conference? And if you want to, talk yourself, give even like I said, from 10 minutes to 45. I think it'd be really good to encourage more people in tech. So let's do say, we can add some notes about that. We've got wide variety. For example, I was thinking we talk about. So I know someone who would love to do one on diversity and inclusion, and I know someone who would love to do one on DevOps. I think it's like this, DevOps. We could have do something on bots. I could do one on Alexa quite easily as well, maybe an Alexa one, which would then include a bit of serverless. I could do that I've done that in 20 minutes before, just a kind of a hello world. I actually did call an API, if I remember correctly, so I could work on something like that. What else? Again, these are just some of the ideas that I'm thinking I could get people to talk about. I think people would find it useful. But if you do have any thoughts or any suggestions of yourselves, just don't be shy. Write it in the comment or comment in the ticket later on. We could have. It'd be good to get some. I'm really keen to get some junior devs involved because I think it'd be really interesting to. So I know quite a few junior devs who have maybe just started coding in terms of a job or been 1 or 2 years into it. It'd be really good, I think, to get their take on how it was, the difficulties they've had, challenges, what's been easy, what hasn't, and so forth. By the way, what do people think of the quality of the stream? So I turned down the frame rate from 60 frames a second to 30 because that would kind of practically half the bandwidth needed. Because I know yesterday Jeremy in South Africa had some bandwidth issues. I don't know if it was probably his end, but still I thought make it a bit smaller. And I also reduced the resolution from 4K to 2K, I think, if I remember correctly. Let me check. What is it saying? Quality is 1128. You can actually change the options today. So I think it depends on how busy Twitch are if you can choose the options. So I turned that down. But let me know how that is. I think I turned the bitrate down from 6,000 to 4,000. So hopefully it's still all readable. There is some code in the background. See if you can read that. If you're doing Alexa, throw in Google Home as well. Yeah, I don't know anything about Google Home, but we could add another one in there. Google Home. If someone's happy to do that, then yeah, I'm more than happy. I can't do that, but I'm more than happy to include that if someone wants to do one on that. It's a good idea. It's JSON based, okay, for its API. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's quite interesting. I have both at home and an Echo. Which one do you prefer this modern day? Do you prefer Alexa or Google Home? Less jumpy now. Okay, thank you, Evie Brink. Good to hear. I was trying to give like the maximum settings and quality, but maybe that wasn't needed so much. Especially as Vendor says, rate is fine. 24 is normal for TV. True, there's nothing really moving massively fast on the screen. I think 60 frames is a bit kind of OTT. Generally don't need to stream in that high resolution unless you're recording it locally as well. I am recording it locally as well. I am recording at a higher rate, which makes my kind of processor go to about 40%. But the resolution, you can't record in 2 different rates, so that's a bit painful. So yeah, I'm recording it in 2K rather than 4K. So yeah, I'll just have to look at the video after. Look at some sample videos that I recorded it, and it was okay. But I will miss the higher resolution, but it's fine. It's mostly for the streams, really. So yeah, I think that's fine. Most people these days stream at 1080 or 900. Yeah, I didn't have a 1080 option. It was doing it in terms of my resolution, and they were all slightly kind of off the standard because it was the output is scaled down, so it wasn't quite 1080. I think I did it a fraction higher. Well, forget what I said then. About which bit? Yeah, no, I think because maybe the iMac resolution is slightly off, so it's taking that as its base resolution. As it scales it, the numbers are slightly off. But yeah, I think I'm pretty close to 1080 is what I should be streaming at now. This modern day hands down Google Home. Okay, I didn't expect that. That's quite interesting. More conversation based as well as better information queries. The Alexa uses Bing. Oh, okay, interesting. I tell you, you're not a Microsoft fan. Yeah, neither am I. But okay, that's interesting. What about on the development side? Do you prefer developing for the Google Home or for Alexa? About the lower resolution, if you record it locally as well, there's not much you can do. Yeah, that's the unfortunate. I want to because I think Twitch only keeps the videos for like 14 days, so I do upload them to YouTube like 24 hours later. And yeah, I wanted the higher res. There must be a way to do it. I'll just I'll have a look into it later on. It's not urgent. I think most of the views are on Twitch, and that's where my focus is. YouTube is more just for kind of historic reasons, really. Yeah, so not a big deal. So what else have we got? Junior dev experience. I do know someone who's a junior dev, but her passion is to improve pairing. So I might be able to get her to, I know she's really busy, she's always getting called to conferences because it's quite an interesting topic. But it was senior to junior pairing. It was how to kind of improve that process and so on. So that was quite interesting. I think that happens a lot as well. How does this look? Oh, I've broken it. What have I broken? Why is this not a table? Could it be because of this? Or no? It's been that much of a long day. I'm missing this. Let me look at the chat. Hopefully someone's written the answer. Well, with the Echo, you do have to use Lambda for app modules. With Google Home, you just need a server to supply the REST API for the JSON requests. Okay. You can export VODs directly from Twitch to YouTube in your dashboard, I think. Yeah, good point, El. You can, but again, the quality won't be any higher. I suppose it saves me downloading it and then re-uploading it, or just uploading it. I can maybe do it from Twitch straight to YouTube. But again, I'm recording it to my disk at a higher quality, maybe at the same resolution, but at a higher quality. But I should really compare them and see how they look. Let's see. So what do people realize? Oh, I know what's wrong with it. I've got a space in here. Here we go. Right. Now we have a table. Maybe I should just say topics. Okay. And then what else do we want to say? So a weekend. Yeah, a weekend in September. We mentioned some topics. Do add any comments if you think of any others. But it will be compressed from the stream plus YouTube again. Yeah, I was trying to get like a higher quality, but and because then YouTube does all the encoding, gives the users the options if they want a lower quality or adjust it according to their bandwidth. So that's quite good. I had so many ideas. I'm kind of like going a bit blank now. Let me see. What else have we got? What else can we do? So maybe so duration. So duration is probably I'm thinking we can do between 10 minutes lightning. 10 mains? No, 10 minutes lightning. Like that? Yeah, I think so. Lightning to maybe 45 minutes. Present 25 minutes talk, and then plus Q&A. I think Q&A is the really important part. I think we're really good. What else do we need to think? About some prizes. Would people think prizes are a good idea? Don't know how we would work that out, but we can get some sponsorship, or one of our projects Venzor's rich, so he'll sponsor it. It's fine. Or my DashboardHub project. We can maybe get some prizes. I don't know how we would what competitions we could have. So prizes and then competition question mark. If people have any ideas on what competitions can be done remotely and that everyone or most people could get involved in, then do just comment and see. What else? So it'll be like kind of one day, weekend in September, for example, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. BST or something. I think that should then cover most, hopefully, I think the time zone that should cover them. We've got duration, so we have some 10 minutes lightning talks or longer ones. Could you do a workshop? Maybe that's pushing it a bit too much. What about accessibility? Accessibility. Again, this might be a bit more difficult, but we could have someone transcribing in real time. Silver, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Hey, did that come up on the screen? Oh, it did. It came up right in the middle. Perfect. So transcribe. It's kind of transcribing and or signing. I think that's how you spell it. So again, that's maybe a question mark. I don't know how feasible that is to try and get so many people's live streams coming in with a transcriber. Oh, with the transcribing and the signing. The transcribing might be a bit easier. The signing probably a bit harder. They have to green screen it and put it on. So that might be for the next one. We'll call this. Actually, if I move this up and then just go version. We'll call the comp version, and we'll say it's our first one. They can make it a bit geeky. Okay, so any thoughts, or should I get on with some coding? Are you wanting to see some coding today? We've still got one last, I think like delete to do on the API, but I am happy to kind of mix it up a bit today. It's Tuesday. You know, you see me kind of struggle. I say struggle, make lots of mistakes with the API code I've been doing for DashboardHub, but good to kind of mix it up a bit. And I had, like I said, I had this idea this morning of a list of streamers who code, so TwitchCoders, and I was keen about the conference, and it's just something that's kind of been in my mind a lot today. I was keen to kind of flush out the ideas. So. Oh yes, I've actually got someone else who said they would present on the live stream and would do Q&A. I think would be really useful for us techies, which was, I can't remember how he called it, but basically public speaking. So he would kind of give advice. There's a lot of public speaking. He would give advice on that, and then we can ask him kind of Q&A. I think that's really important. Like for streaming for me, I think this is my 3rd week of streaming, and I know I've just have got better with the feedback that I've had and with the practice. So I think with public speaking, it'd be good to get some tips, and I hope that we'll all try and practice that going forward. Because even in our jobs as techies, we still need to present to the team, and then present to the wider team. I think it's important, not to be worried about it and focus on the content. And again, with those things, it's just practice. Nothing has changed on Warp Blaster in the last week. Yeah, but the reason why I'm thinking about Warp Blaster, so those of you who are new, we have another project in TwitchCoders, and if you want to join TwitchCoders, we have a Discord link below, and we do chat between our streams. And also, if you do have a project that you kind of want to exhibit on here, let us know. We'll add it, and we'll add you to the organization and give you admin access to your project. So Warp Blaster is a game that we did start writing, but I'm a bit apprehensive about starting something now because, Andrew, if I remember correctly, you said the next thing we could do is refactor it all out of one file, and that's probably like a big thing to do to start at 6:15. So yeah, we'll have a look. I'll show people the game actually. Let me get the game and see. So if I go into here, there is a link to the game. Did you deploy the latest ones, Andrew? Let me close that one. Did you deploy to GitHub Pages the latest game? Let's download it. Here we go. Oh, there is sound as well. I'm turning my volume up. What are Andrew? What are those kind of space people? What are these? Oh, I'm pointing at my screen. You can't see, but 77. Yeah, what are these space people? They're like power-ups, so I catch them. I hit oh, I lost a life. I hit a oh yeah, we got a life now. I haven't played it since. That's down to 4, 3, and 2. And if I grab one of those space things, do I it's going a bit fast. So now my hearts have gone like blue. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm invincible, or so we wrote this game using Phaser, and it's written in JavaScript. So I guess that's a power up. It's gone blue, so if I get hit, the blue goes. Right, I see. And if I die, game over. Yeah, so we started writing this. It was quite good fun actually. Andrew and me did a pairing session. Nothing has changed on the Warp Blaster in the last week. He gives you a shield. Oh, I see. Your hearts get a blue edge. You can take one hit without losing a life when they are blue. I see. Okay, nice. Why is the game not centered? Yeah, it's probably Safari. Yeah, you know, Safari's a bit weird. Yeah, we need a reset button where you kind of reload the game without refreshing the whole page. But yeah, I want to do multiplayer stuff on this. But okay, maybe for another time. I think we need a bit of a bigger session to do that. And in the screenshot, there's no hearts. You know, hint, hint. If anyone wants to do a PR, there's no hearts in the screenshot. So if you do want to do get your green badge on your GitHub, I do need some competition. I have found a few people who give me a run for my money, but I'm looking for some more. So I've got quite a bit of green. So if anyone wants to, 20 today alone. If anyone wants to, I'm going to save this before I lose it actually. Get some green badges. Yeah, you can update that image and just take a screenshot of the game and drag and drop it into an issue. Don't put the image into the codebase. It just bloats the codebase. Right, so what else have we got for this? What are people's thinking? This CSS needs looking at. I was going to look at it last time I worked and ran out of time. We can look at the CSS now, so that's something we could do now. Let's have a look. Let me save this. So we've got this, got some ideas. Any more ideas, let us know, and we will have a look at the CSS. I think it worked in Chrome, so let me bring my Chrome up, and let me get the gain. Let's go back one. If I copy link. I think it was centered in, oh, it's not centered in Chrome either. Let me bring up my Chrome. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Where has OBS gone? This is why I need my, can't wait for my Elgato. Just do this with a flick of a button. Okay, so Chrome. So if I bring up Chrome, you don't see Chrome. Why not? Oh, because Safari's in front of it. Okay, you know what? It's not working in Chrome. We'll just use Safari, I think. That's fine. Let's get rid of Chrome. Okay, so if I open this up again, we can inspect in Chrome. Chrome has these things now. Let's have a look at the CSS. Let me see. Andrew, you're going to have to give me some pointers on dev tools in Safari. I know you use Safari for development. And there's console. So let's just check if there are no errors in the console. So no errors in the... No, there's no errors in the console. Okay, now if we inspect this element, yeah, that's not generated though, right? Style overflow hidden. There is a CSS file though, I think as well. I don't need to do that. Show page source. CSS. So body, got background black, display table, position absolute height and width. And then container, classic, text align center. Did I see all resources? In the HTML, what's our container? Probably doing a terrible job now. Anyhow, heading to the gym now. Good luck with the coding. I'll watch later and hopefully be streaming about 10 p.m. 10 p.m. That's so late. I'll miss your stream. You got to stream early at 9 p.m. and I can at least catch the first hour of your stream. Anyone else streaming tonight? This modern day, Evie Brink. Anyone streaming earlier than 10 that I can kind of watch and catch up on? Okay, you know what? I'm going to ignore that for a second. What I was thinking of doing in the kind of remaining time was, what do we think? Let's do this delete on the code. Let's do this delete on the API because we're close on it. Yeah, Venzra means 10 p.m. UK time, which is like seriously late. Anyone notice, by the way, I had a shave. I've got no beard, no stubble, no beard. I had a haircut. I'm not going to show that to you because apparently I look about 12. But it should be good for the traveling through the airport on Saturday to Thailand. Hopefully I get less random stops with less facial hair. Okay, let's go back to let me remove Safari, and Chrome has decided to pop up now, but let's just remove that anyway. And let's have a look at this. Sweet, my sleep schedule is shitty again anyway, so I will tune in. Okay, fair enough. B Coder, thanks for the follow, that's awesome, really appreciate it. Don't forget to join the Discord below where you can chat to us between streams as well. And if you're streaming yourself, let us know, we'll add you to our streaming list. Right, so where we got to yesterday, I think we were pretty close on this if I remember correctly. Oh, we might have even finished it. Yeah, I think we finished the delete, did we? Delete. I'm not sure, should we run it and see? I think I left it all running anyway. So let's have a look. I want to press up, but I really hope my keys don't show. No, they don't. That's okay. So you've got test tags, project delete, make test. So this is going to run the test. I can't remember where we got to. Got very distracted yesterday. I can't remember what one either. I have to rewatch that video and find out. So they're just dropping the tables, reinserting the data to the table, reinserting the data into the tables, and we have got 5 scenarios passed. So it did work. So that's pretty good. And we had these included the boundary conditions as well. So we said cannot delete if not logged in, cannot delete a project if not logged in, cannot delete if doesn't exist, and cannot delete if not the owner, because in the code we do a check if the project doesn't exist or I'm not the owner of the project, return a 404 and I can't delete it. So don't forget, these cucumber tests are actually hitting the API for real. The delete works. I think that's pretty good. We've got the CRUD working. Oh no, it was patch we didn't do yet. No one reminded me. I need to trim my beard as well. It's getting a bit out of hand. Jewel, how old am I? Okay, how old do you think I am? I guess how old do you think I looked yesterday? And how old do you think I look today? I've now like kind of lost 10 years by having a shave. I haven't shaved in so many years. This feels like really like weird. As in, this shaving is fine. Shave it all the time. But yeah, this bit here feels really kind of, I don't know what the right word is, soft or sensitive. That's why I keep doing this. It's just kind of, I'm so used to having a beard there. Okay, so we got the delete working. It was the patch we didn't do. So yesterday we squeezed in the delete at the end, but the patch was a bit more work. So let's do this proper TDD, and let's create a patch file. So patch.feature. So this means that tomorrow we should be able to get onto the UI part and do the Angular 5 and doing the CRUD for the projects. And then once you've got that working, we can kind of spice it up a little bit and make it even better on the UI. But we'll get a simple thing working at the moment. But yeah, Jewel, how old do you think? No guesses? I'm old, I'm 36. That's when you're meant to say, no, you're not old, that's fine. But thanks a lot. I know you were thinking it, so that's all that matters. So small on this screen, I'm gonna have a closer look. Stanzol, thank you for joining again, thanks for coming back. Hey man, what's up in programming? So we only just got started with programming because we were looking at kind of thinking of an online TwitchCoders conf. I won't go into that now. So what we're doing, I'm just doing the patch endpoint for projects on my API. So it's running serverless, node serverless on the back end, and we're using Cucumber to write the test. So let's have a look. So I'm just going to copy this bit out of another test because it's just the informational stuff. And we're doing this TDD. So no code has been written for the patch endpoint. If we go have a look under projects, we've got create, delete, get, and list. There is no patch. So when we run this test that we're going to write now for the first time, we will get 404s because the endpoint won't exist. So we've got delete. So let me just rename this. I'm really bad at doing this, and I know a lot of people will tell me off. But just for the sake of time, patch project, I should say update project. In order to update a project, again, this bit at the top doesn't actually drive the test. As a logged in user, I want to be able to send the patch request. I know there's put for update, but I prefer patch because you can send part of an object or more fields as required. Joule has been timed out for 5 seconds for spamming emotes. No, I wasn't. I've actually created a new emote and I don't know how we use it. Does anyone know? But I think it's for subscribers. I really don't know. I don't get how this works. I uploaded it and I kind of really like it because it says TwitchCoders. But yeah, I don't know how we get it up. It doesn't even appear in my list. I tried subscribing to myself so I could kind of see it, but I'm looking through my list of emotes and I can't see it. So is there like a something I need to type or run or so I'm not sure. I don't see it, which I'm kind of sad about. I don't see it. I'm just having a look through that list. No, but yeah. What it looks like, I can even show you. What it looks like is the TwitchCoders. Is this basically? Oh no, I'm not even showing my browser. 1 second. No one told me that. Let me put Safari back on. It just looks like this logo at the top. That's the emote. So kind of like my little cartoon character poking over the top and saying TwitchCoders. Yeah, I thought it was a bit geeky and a bit cool. But yeah, I'll kind of get back to the coding now. So let's have a look. Was the emote approved already? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe it wasn't approved yet. That could be why. If I haven't had any notification that it was, I didn't realize it needed to be. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. I will check afterwards if it has or hasn't. I won't check now while you're all here. We should be writing some tests and some code. So this scenario, so for the patch, we want to do it that cannot send a patch if not logged in. That's one scenario we will want. Let's write a few more. Cannot send a patch. So cannot update if not logged in. Cannot update if not non-existing. I think it's existent, non-existent project. And what other checks will we need? We will also need to see if cannot update if not the owner of a project. I couldn't update someone else's. That's most likely it. Then if you're not already partnered, it takes a bit of to get it approved sometimes. I see. Yeah, no, unfortunately I'm not partnered. I need to get a lot more concurrent users. That's the only one thing left. Yeah, hopefully by the end of the year, get partnered. That'd be cool. But it's fine. I don't think it's going to give me anything extra apart from being able to create a team. I can create a team called TwitchCoders and then put everybody inside it. But for the moment, we'll stick with the GitHub list. It's fine. So cannot update if not the owner of the project, and then last but not least, can update project. So let's fill these in now and actually make these kind of have some actions. So this is given. I want to have no given. I don't want to be logged in for this one. So we're going to say given when. Actually, let me get an example. I have a patch up here somewhere. I can't even remember. Where is the patch? Update. We called it update, so I should probably call it update as well. But we'll come back to that. I can rename it later. So in here we have update as well. So actually, let me rename this now because my OCD will kick in that it's not the same. I don't particularly mind which one, but just to be consistent. So here in the update, so again it's the same, it's just changing a patch request to that and so on. So you can see this has actually got similar tests. Cannot update an environment when not logged in, cannot update an environment when not logged in and non-existent, cannot update an environment if not mine. Actually we should have probably a logged in one for that as well, just to make sure. Cannot update an environment when update non-existent environment, non-existent environment. So we just need to add to this test, given I am logged in. There we go. You can run that one later on. Oh, wait a second. I wanted to grab some things from it. I'm just going to copy that. So I make a patch request, and this is going to be to projects, but there's no endpoint yet. Don't forget, we haven't even done that, so we will get a 404 to begin with. But that's fine. We'll make it pass in stages. And what else have we got? So this one cannot update a non-existent one, but I do want to be logged in. So given I am logged in, and then this one, non-existent one, we usually just change. Well, what's the ID of the project? I forget. What's the ID? It is just a 1 at the front. I was going to rename all my numbering. I was going to put E at the front to be environment, and I was going to put P to be project, but UUID only goes to F. So that kind of put a damper on my idea. So 1, 1, and then put that as 1. We want non-existent, so let's just change all these to 9. I think there's 12 in here, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That'd be non-existent. I am logged in, but I shouldn't be able to update it. Actually, that should be a 404, not a 403, because I am logged in, but it doesn't exist. And then this one, if I'm not the owner, so let's get another project. So, the test user owns this one, it owns the second one, it doesn't own the third one, so we will just change the ID to a 3, and we should also get a 404 for that one. Trying to update. And this one is the actual update. People do ask any questions, if you have any questions on what I'm working on, what technologies I'm using, and if you haven't seen any mistakes that I've made, I do make a lot of mistakes, especially with my copy and pasting technique, and do just say and point it out. That would be cool. And I haven't shown my screens today. Actually, my big screen is off, but I'm still going to show it. I think I just had a power cut. I think my UPS has just kicked in. Oh, it has. I got the power cut and we've got 30 minutes. Actually, with the lights running, actually, I've probably only got about 20 minutes. Right, I better get this done. I've no time to show my screens. Oh, but I have to, right? I like my screens. Okay, here we go. Here are my screens. You can see the 2 big lights. That's going to be killing my UPS. I actually wonder how long I have left on my UPS. Should I quickly check? This is going to be fun. If the whole computer's on power down. The UPS says 28 minutes. Right, okay, we know that's never real as well. Like battery life on your phone. Okay, so we probably got 20 minutes. Let's get this passing. Let me switch this off and go back to my lovely cap. You're gonna have to put up with that beeping with me as well. I cannot believe the power went. At least the internet's still up though, that's good as well. I think it is. Can someone write in the chat and just make sure that it is? Okay. That's gonna be annoying. That's fine. We'll pretend it's not there. After 10 minutes, we'll probably get used to it. I have to keep an eye on that timer to make sure the whole system doesn't power down. Can update project. Right, so to update a project, let's have a look. If I bring up the update, and you can see that if we just put with and a colon at the end, we can then pass the fields you want to update. So again, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to copy that. So let's have a look. So the patch request will be to this URL. Okay, and then at the end we said it would be with colon. And we're going to update, what fields do we have? We do have a title, and it says project 1. So we're going to update, say update, wait, I just realized we've used project 1, 2, and 3, and then we've used A, B, and C for environment. we'll have to change that, otherwise my OCD I'll lose sleep at night. We'll change it later. So it's called Project 1, the title. So we're going to change it to a project. Let's change it to Project A. And then the formatting's gone off, so we can reformat. And we're expecting the ID to stay the same, so 1.1. And the owner should still be the same, but we expect the title to say this now. That's what we expect in the request. So if I run this, obviously it's all going to fail because I just realized also the chat is covering the command at the bottom and I haven't moved that around. Remind me to move the chat. I'll put it above my little character's head or something. How do you still have internet if the power's out? I have my whole office is on UPS, so the internet line and my whole office is on UPS. But with the two big lights, that's like drawing a lot of power. So it usually lasts. With my iMac on and the two screens, not the one above me, I can last about an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. With the big light, actually might just turn off the fan as well, so save a bit more power. Hopefully I don't kick over the big camera. Sorry, the big camera, the tripod. So we're still good. So yeah, so the internet is still working, that's good, but it's just got this annoying beeping sound. Right. Okay, let me run this now. So we're gonna say project patch. Let me just check the other test. Did we call that patch or did we call it update? I think we called it update. At the top here we called it update. So I'm going to change that to be consistent and just say update. Okay, and as you can see on the right hand side, we have 404, 404 as we expected. We expected to get 404s. So that's good because the endpoint doesn't exist. So we need to add the update. Let's add this. So we'll just clone the delete, and we're going to say it's a project. So this is just the serverless config. It's really good. It will on AWS. It will, when it deploys, it will do the API gateway for you with CloudFormation, and then it will deploy the Lambda function. All the rest does it all for us. So it's pretty awesome. We will call it update. Is the file name, and the function name will also be update. It will still need an ID, so that's fine. But it won't be a delete, it will be a patch, and everything else should still be the same. So the other thing I need to do is just restart the API because we've changed the config, and we need to, if we're changing code it's fine, but changing the config, I didn't create that file, but I don't think it needs a restart. Let me just check my UPS as it seems to be getting a bit angry. Uh-oh. Gone down to 18 minutes already. Okay, let's see if we can get some of the test passing. And then we might have to do the rest tomorrow. Oh, power cut. I can't believe it. I think I might need a second UPS. Okay. I did wonder with the two lights how long it would last on. So, you know, now I know. What are you making? Sorry, just tuned in. I'm gonna try and pronounce your username. I'm gonna say Dan. Is that okay? Can I call you Dan? We're working on my project DashboardHub. I am actually wearing the hoodie. You can hear beeping sound. It's because I've had a power cut and I'm running on UPS at the moment. So I'm probably down to about 15 minutes left of power before all my kit goes off. And I will show you my kit. This is all my kit. I should probably turn off the big light. That will probably at least double the time. And we're working on, I'm using, so for DashboardHub, the project we're working on, we're using serverless in the back end. That's the part we're focusing on the last few days, is writing the Cucumber test for the API that's running on serverless node. And then from tomorrow, hopefully we'll move on to the Angular and do the front end CRUD side. I'm really hoping to get these tests passing, because we did TDD, we wrote the test first, they failed, now we're hopefully going to get them passed. So, let's have a look. Shut up, okay! We need a JavaScript file, and we're going to call it update. I was going to name it patch, but just looking at the environments one. Update. Let's just have a look at the other update. Let's see, this is quite a big file, but we don't need it so big. So I'm actually going to do, I'm going to cheat and copy and paste it just for the sake of time, but don't do this at home, it's really bad. So the model we're going to want is project, and so Dan, if you have any more questions, do say. Apologies, I'm going to be racing through this so I don't get cut off. I can go check the, what do you call it, the trip switches to see if something has gone. So we will want to catch the path. In the path, we want to catch the ID. This is getting really angry. 2 minutes! Right, I have to go. I've powered down my kit, otherwise everything on my hard disk is going to go. Right, really sorry everyone. It's going to have to end. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.